hate Hawkins right now. And also, for the fact is, after so many chapters, the first opponent Zoro bleeds from. Well, actually, he did bleed briefly for Fujitora. But the first real opponent where Zoro bleeds from is a worst generation. Ugh. Come on, those two worst generations should have nothing on the Straw Hats. They should defeat them easily. But I guess they are called the worst generation for a reason. Yes, everyone, this is me, the Angry Anime fan. First of all, here's this Parsec. If you haven't supported, support it. It's a very good game streaming site. And also, second of all, after a long break that actually felt for a long time, One Piece is back with chapter 913, only to apparently go on a break next week, because apparently I think it's some holiday next week, something about Obon, or was it something else? Well, either way, all I know is that all the mangas is gonna go on break. The thing is, though, I thought it was gonna be on 2 weeks, not 1 week. So yeah, just came back, and then we immediately had to go on a break again. Well, either way, we'll see what happens. First of all, it seems like Orlumba's arc is not over yet, as we see him leave the poor town. But then they are being. Then Luffy and Zoro are being confronted by Hawking. So immediately, Luffy, of course, says that Kaido is the one who's ruling here. Well, it's pretty funny when he says, "No, I don't know. It's Kaido, right?" Hey, Luffy, told him not to say that. I was lying. I don't actually know either. So Hawkins just casually does his fortune tellers and determines that by the end of the month, the probability of them being alive is 19%. Listen, people, 19% is not 0%. They're gonna win this. This just further proved to me that they're gonna win, because 19 may be low, it's not 0. And Straw Hats have always been done the sheer miracles. Then Zoro suddenly sees the sword that Luffy is holding, and he's a little bit worried about Luffy holding it. But of course, Luffy, being the immature Luffy, throws the seat and decides to wield the sword anyway. But he doesn't even use it; he punches it instead. So well, and then Hawkins shows his devil fruit, and here is actually the strangest part. The devil fruit is actually named this episode. The spoilers didn't say anything about Hawking saying the name of his devil fruit. It's also not even confirmed yet if it's a mythical Soan or if it really is a Paramecia. But apparently so far it's a Paramecia. Either way, it appears he can even morph his own sword as he pulls his sword, and it changes into something called a Wara sword, as he pierces through the lizard at the same time when Luffy throws it. And then Zoro delivers a cut on Hawkins. But of course, Hawkins have Devil Fruit allows him to redirect pain, so he redirects it. As Hawkins just praises Zoro for that thing. He calls detaching a straw life minus, as he mentions that his power, his Devil Fruit's name is the Wara no Mi, apparently called the straw fruit that lets him hold clones inside of himself that can redirect pain as well as die. So anytime he die, he can redirect it. If there are 10 of these, he can die 10 times, and then he can just suddenly go back. And also so the straws in his body is subordinates. You know, I half expected someone like him to take innocent people and not just subordinates inside of his body. But apparently he can use it inside of his sword as he summons his scarecrow, who looks a lot like a voodoo doll, although it looks very similar to one of them, as he then arrogantly says they're gonna do a little game he calls with his straw man's card, since it's not honorable to fight to your generation head on. So he pulls one card, and it's the Fool in reverse. It's a friendly fire card. And suddenly many of the subordinates actually cut each other from that one. And apparently it's revealed that even if Hawkins takes damage and the straw dies, apparently it's the same if the person how do I even put this in words? Uh, friendly. Uh, Sorry, I dropped the words to how to explain this the best I could. But what I'm trying to say is, I thought the straw man would die if someone hit Hawkins, but apparently it's the other way around also. If someone hit the person that is a straw inside Hawkins' body, then that straw will also die. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So meaning that you don't have to hit Hawkins just to get the straws out of his body. You can actually hit the clones that he has on his subordinates. Well, I guess that means it's friendly fire. Yeah. So yeah, Hawkins, you're a real arrogant man, and I really hate you even more now. Apparently, he plays everything of the card. Well, duh, he did that 2 years ago. So, well, not 2 years ago, 8 years ago for us, but still. So the blog comes back, grab Luffy and Zoro as they run away, and Hawkins draws a good card, which is apparently the Hierophant card in reverse, which is the card of pursuit, as he summons his Scarecrow and attacks Zoro and Co. Zoro managed to stop the attack, but then the guy then Hawkins fires nails, and that is actually one of my most biggest annoyance is the fact that he bleeds from that attack. Zoro gets attacked by a worst generation, and he gets wounded. Come on, at least let it be a commander of Kaido. Because this way you're putting the fact that the worst generations are dangerous. They cannot be allowed to be dangerous. Because the Straw Hats have to become strong of this way. But I guess they're called the worst generation for everything. Well, either way, as the redirect damage again, the Hawkins decides to not pursue them after he has drawn the Hierophant card because it's a support card. Someone is going to help them escape. As Zoro and Luffy run away, the lady that Zoro saved appears, and let me tell you, she's not as pretty as she looks. It's an Usuru, a tea house owner. Her design reminds me a lot of those old Japanese paintings you saw before. And she recognizes Tama and realizes she's sick, so they will go to the tea place where they can have medicine as well as treat injuries. Back in Kuri, in an Okaber town with its leftovers, a beautiful waitress is being hit on by a disgusting large uh, sumo wrestler. The sumo wrestler calls her Ukuki and says that if you marry me, you'll never have to work or be hungry again. But Ukiki politely refuses, saying that my social standing is different from yours. Uh, um, the samurai calling himself the Yokozuna from the capital just wants to marry this beautiful Ukiki. But as the gang comes back, uh, they they beg Ukuki for some yagen grass as Utama is sick. But elsewhere on the horizon, we finally see someone which I hope are allies. Last time we checked, they were supposed to be allies, so at least I hope so. There was some question that was running through everyone's minds a long time ago, and that was, where is Law and the Heart Pirates? Aren't they supposed to be allies? Well, finally, we see the Heart Pirates, at least Penguin, Sashi, and Beppo, who are also in samurai clothing, saying that they actually managed to see the Straw Hats, or I presume either they see Luffy or Zoro, or they see someone else. And uh, as Peppo wonders if this go down before they cause trouble, but of course the other one says you stand out too much. Uh, so yeah, the worst generation are moving along. All in all, it's a solid chapter, but I still don't like the fact that Hawkins actually got the better of Zoro. This makes it seem like Hawkins is a dangerous person. Well, he is a dangerous person, but that means he's a lot more dangerous than I thought. And I do not like that. I just want him to die, just like that. So, and that probably means that Apo is just as dangerous. I mean, X-Drake is the only one I actually consider to be the real danger, after all. his history and all. But also, that sumo wrestler, there's no way he's a good guy, especially since he is from the capital. He calls himself the strongest sumo wrestler, Urashima, and the fact that it calls Utsuro a nuisance. So yeah, well, what's gonna happen now? Probably this samurai is gonna be gonna step in to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. The question is though, is Luffy and Co strong enough to hold him off? Well, I would be pretty pissed off if they aren't. If this sumo wrestler is now just as dangerous as he looks. Also, which Straw Hats has Beppo, Sashi, and Penguin seen? Have they seen Zoro and Luffy, or have they seen someone else? So give me your thoughts if you have any. Don't forget to support Parsec. You can also like and subscribe, or even just comment if you have any thoughts.